Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. Today, we are discussing Tarleton State University's Master's of Science program in Quality and Engineering Management. And I'm pleased to be joined today by Dr. Jeff Kunyon, who serves as faculty coordinator for the program. As he's going through his presentation, if you do have questions, we ask that you put them in the Q&A box or the chat box, and we will handle those at the end. But for now, I will just turn things over to Dr. Queen.
Thank you, Winnie. So yeah, we're here to talk about the QEM program, as it's affectionately known. You can pop to the next slide. So what it's all about, it is 30 credit hours, 10 total courses. However, there is a leveling course that is required that actually covers statistics and engineering economy, and for now, a little bit of project management. So if you don't have a previous course in each one of those topics, will require you to take the leveling course. And typically, everybody who does not have a undergraduate degree in industrial engineering has been required to take this leveling course. So it's a good course for getting you up to speed. There's 3 books involved in the course, but the good part is you use all 3 of those books later in the program, in the stats course, the engineering econ course, and in the project management courses. So we take students at any time, fall, spring, or summer. You need a 2.5 GPA to get into the program, and there are even exceptions to that. And the good news is there's no GRE required nowadays. So we have 2 options. There's the non-thesis track, 30 credit hours, which virtually every student has taken the non-thesis track. The problem with the thesis track is, one, it's a lot more work, intensive writing, and you have to find a faculty member with a PhD who is interested in whatever topic you want to come up with. And that's easier said than done. So most people just go the non-thesis track. We've had a couple try, but believe me, it's a lot more work. Not that it's out of the question. If you're planning on pursuing like a PhD, that could be a good way to go. But typically people go the non-thesis track. It's more cut and dried. Here's the core curriculum. You have to take every one of these courses, these 6. Okay, and they're listed right there. I won't bother reading them for you, but you got to take those. There are cases where you might be able to substitute one. We take up to 2 courses, master's level courses, not undergraduate, to replace some of the 30-hour requirements. And there could be a case where you specifically took engineering economy at the master's level at another institution. We might be able to sub that, but typically you end up taking these courses, these at least 18 hours in the core. Okay. Oops, sorry. Did we skip something? Can you back up one more?
Yeah, we skipped this one. My apologies. We never covered.
Okay. Yeah, it's all online. But only typically designed for people that have a 2 years under their belt of working experience. But we have had some students go right into the program. We've had a couple athletes take it, and it's a little rougher for them, but having industry experience, it makes more sense. So, and it's typically, we get people from all sorts of manufacturing, operations, supply chain, people wanting to switch careers, perhaps, have a degree in one thing. It could be biology, and they're wind up working more in manufacturing or quality, and they want to get more background in quality and engineering management. lots of students from healthcare. And again, we can transfer 6 hours. There we go. And then we talked about the core, and then we have three concentrations: engineering management. Those are the cores. The concentration cores listed there. We have a new construction concentration, and then we have an industrial distribution concentration. So you need to kind of declare that once you get into the program. You can wait a semester to decide for sure, but the sooner you do that, the better, because it impacts what courses you're going to take. So people get this QEM degree to go, hey, advance in their careers, get new jobs, maybe switch career directions, and hey, it makes you more secure, and ultimately maybe change careers. And we have lots of people who have enjoyed the program. They're Dawn, for one. She's moved up and been promoted into different companies. It's certainly helped her out. She got her AS, ASQ engineering certification after completing the program. So once you get through this program, you're in good shape to get either an ASQ, various certifications, or um, the ASCM supply chain certifications. And Terry, she's worked in healthcare. She had a biology degree and ended up taking the QEM because she worked in quality in the healthcare network. And we got Paul there. Who else we have? Nick. Yeah, or I know she got promoted after getting her degree, and then Austin, he's moved up and he's a quality manager now. He was a production manager. Now he's a manager in quality at Lockheed. Yeah, and there's anonymous WF. I know he's a certified, he's a fellow at Lockheed, and then Jason Irwin is working at Bell. People have the program's been around for in one form or another for 20 years. So, and there were lots of companies all over the place, and that list continues to grow of who's working where. And in virtually any industry that has a quality function in it, our degree is applicable to that quality, supply chain, that sort of thing. And these slides, we won't bore you with all these, and you can certainly look on the website and at the course catalog. They'll get you the specifics of all these courses here, what you need to tell you all about them and what the prerequisites are and that sort of thing. We have 10 courses, but there is a sequence of events that has to take place over as far as what course you take when. So you have to be careful of that. So on the website, there's a course rotation, so it shows you how you might plan out your sequence. I'll certainly help you with that when you get in the program, figuring out what you need to take when. But most students are basically self-directed. The sequences, when the courses are offered, the rotation is available to look at. So that's easy to follow. Most people get done in 2 years, typically. We had one person go muscle through it in a year. That's a rarity. Some people might go 3 years or 4 years, but typically it's about 2 years. Sticking to about two courses during the semester and one in the summer. Two courses are only offered in summer, so yeah, you will be taking a class over the summer. Most people like summer classes, a little bit shorter. They're 12 weeks. So anyway, I'll open it up to any questions you all might have.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Kenyon. So for our live audience members, if you do have your own questions, please go ahead and submit those again using the Q&A box or the chat box, and we will get those handled. In the meantime, I did have a couple of questions of my own. You mentioned that people in this program are typically coming from a variety of uh, industries and work experiences. What academic backgrounds have you seen be most successful? And is there a particular major that people have when they come into this program? Or does it even matter?
Pretty much, it doesn't really matter much because we have our leveling course. Most of our graduates have come from our BAS program, the Manufacturing and Industrial Management undergraduate program at Tarleton. They finished that up. Now they want to, hey, they're in the education mood and want to keep going. But other than that, we've had people from all over the country. We've had people with engineering degrees, lots of people with biology degrees or chemistry that might be working at Alcon or a place like that. Um, we've had people with a sociology degree. I think she's still in the program. She's getting through it one course at a time. So it could be anywhere, virtually anywhere.
Yes. Can you tell us more about the leveling? Is that an online course as well? And would people take that as their initial course in the program?
Yeah, that's a online course, and that will be the first course you take. Uh, you can take another course at the same time if it does not have a prerequisite. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much most people. It's best just take that as a standalone course if you're by itself.
Mhm. And then the online format, I know there are many out there who have never really taken any online courses and might have a hard time conceptualizing how the program is executed online. So can you
Well,
talk more about it? It sounds like someone would need to be a fairly self-directed and disciplined person, but
yep.
what can they expect from being in this online program?
It's pretty well laid out and structured, and each course has a schedule, and then there's modules with PowerPoints and videos, and there's discussion threads where you can interact with fellow students. Sometimes assignments are group assignments, depending on the instructor, where you have to work together with other students. Um, Lots of assignments involve case studies and responses to those, and a lot of it's work on your own type things. But probably the biggest thing people need to do is remember, hey, you have a telephone, you've got email, go contact your instructor if you have questions about anything, and it's a good idea to even just call them up front in the class if you want to go open up dialogue if you're unsure about what's required.
Yeah,
So
makes
you
sense.
can't break anything when you're on the website. So yeah, you can feel free to explore everything and press all the buttons. And
Yes, very good. Well, it was so interesting to hear that the program is so well established you said, I think at least 20 years old,
yep,
former fashion. It sounds like people are really leveraging this credential to advance themselves in their career. So that's
yeah,
exciting.
yeah. We have about in the 40s current enrollment in the program. So
I'm sorry, say that again.
we're about 40, between 40 and 50 students typically.
Okay.
We've been running that for the past 6 or 8 years.
Yes.
So,
Well, we've got a viewer who asked about lectures and whether they are synchronous or asynchronous with pre-recorded lectures.
they are asynchronous
Okay.
at the moment, and that doesn't mean the professor might not change that at any time, but typically they're asynchronous. You can get on any time and
Mhm.
listen.
And for people who may not be familiar with those terms, synchronous versus asynchronous. Synchronous is when there's an obligation to report online on a certain date and time. Um, Asynchronous means you work on your own time within the parameters of whatever deadlines there are for your assignments and things like that. So there's definitely a lot of flexibility when things are asynchronous, because you don't have to feel obligated to be somewhere for a certain set time. So, yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Dr. Clinton. I'm not seeing any other questions from the audience, and I didn't have any others of my own. You've laid everything out so beautifully. I want to remind our live viewers that this recording will be available to review on demand on the College of Graduate Studies YouTube channel. So if you'd like to go back and rewatch it, certainly feel free to do so. And if you know of others who could benefit from this graduate program, we hope that you will share this recording with them as well. So thank you everyone to your time. Thanks, Dr. Clinton. And I
Thank
think
you.
we can end our webinar. So everyone have a great rest of your day.
Okay.